Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kay and thank you for joining me today. So in this video I'm going to share my completed pages for July 2023. So yeah, I think I got 11 pictures done, which I'm quite pleased with because last month in June I think I just got 8 done, so I think I've done quite well in my birthday month, so I'm really pleased with that. So Kitty says hello and let's get started. So the first book that I have to share with you is my second copy of the Dutch version of Daydreams. I think it's Dutch, I'm not 100% sure, but there is this page, well it's not really a page, but there's this little mushroom that I did in my, I think it was a colour pencils, where I was just giving my thoughts on what I thought of the colour 300 pencils, and I did a little bit of, well I just coloured this mushroom basically using it. So it's a little bit of gel pen I think on there and some white Posca. And yeah, they worked really well on this paper, but this is really good quality paper. So I'm not counting that as a page, by the way. So this is what I did. Now I'm quite pleased with this. This is my second go at this page. I will show you my original in a moment, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I like the sky. I can't even remember what I did the sky with. I think it was, I just cannot remember. It might have been some actual watercolour paints that I did the sky with, because this paper is quite thick. It's thicker than the English copy of the Daydreams book. So I thought, you know, why not? So yeah, I think it was some actual watercolour paints. I think it might have actually been the, what are they called now? The White Nights, that's it, the White Nights. It's like a beautiful bluey turquoise dark colour palette. But yeah, and then I've just got some stars which were already there I think, and then I just used some gel pen, and then I've got this paint here which is absolutely stunning paint, I have to show you. It's the Fine Tip palette which I always go on about, and it's basically this one here. And I think it's this one, this paint here, which unfortunately I don't have the name for, but anyway, you can get this Fine Tech palette from Amazon. It is quite pricey, but you know, you get quite a lot, and they are, you know, really good quality paints. I have to say, they're stunning paints. So there's those, and yeah, that's what this kettle bit is. If you really want to know the name, I can try to find out for you. And then I think there is a Coliro version of that paint as well, called Indian Summer, I think. So they're very similar. And then I think I just used pencil. I think I used pencil for the water here, the sea. And then in between you can see some gel pen. I think it was a Pentel gel metallic hybrid. Some pearl watercolour on these circle bits, pencil for the mice with some acrylic marker for the dots, just to add a bit of texture I guess, and yeah, a bit of gel pen here and there, a bit of metallic paint, bit of my favourite, the black glaze Sakura pen in places. I usually use that on every page really, and for the eyes as well, because I think it works really nice, the glossy black. So anyway, that's that. I'm quite pleased with it. I think it could have been better, but then again, you could say that for quite a lot of things, it could be better, but that's my original. You can see that I did a red sea. I actually do like the sea better on this one. How I've done the water on this one, I much prefer this one than that. I never looked at this one because I didn't want it to influence how I did this the second time round, but now I wish I did look at it because I'm quite disappointed with the water. I don't think it's, you know, it doesn't stand out particularly that much, but yeah, I prefer the water here, I prefer this kettle, I prefer this background. You can see that there's some, I think I used the black, what's it called, the black Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, brush pen, I think, for this background. And you can see this, well, I don't know if you can tell, but there is some streak marks, and I think I hadn't discovered black Posca at that point, because this was very early on. And you can see that I was getting into my metallic gel pen. This might be actually gel pen, but I was getting into some metallic paints because I've got a few bits in the water here. I'm definitely happy with how I coloured the mice with pencil compared to how I did it there. I think it's alright, it's not a bad go. I definitely prefer how I've done the lamp here compared to how I've done the lamp here, especially the shiny bits, you know, the lamp shine effect. But yeah, it's nice to have a little look at what you've done before, you know, with the same picture. I really enjoy doing that, comparing how I've done a previous picture. And that's really another reason why I buy, you know, the books that I really like, I buy another copy of them, particularly when they go on sale. So the next book is Colour the Ocean. So this was a book sent to me by the lovely Lottie Ford. Thank you so much for sending this book to me. And also I did purchase it actually before she sent it to me, so I've got 2 copies, but 1 copy I'm going to take for the students at school. So the page that I've done here is this one, and yeah, I really like it. I really like that there's pages in here that are more detailed, because that's what I really like, and there's some that are less detailed when I don't want to do such a detailed page, but I really like the pages in here. And I don't know, this paper, it is Amazon printed paper, but it seems, I don't know, it's probably the same as the R.J. Hampson one, but yeah, I don't know, the R.J. Hampson one in the Midnight Madness book, I think, the latest one anyway, seems very, very, very thin. It's terrible. But anyway, going back to this, sorry, I got distracted. I think I did a video where I'm using my Neocolour ones with the Zest It in the Derwent Blender pens, and yeah, that's the background. Quite happy how that came out. It's a good option for books in which you have quite thin paper. So I should also say, if I'm going on a bit too much, please do hurry me along on the video. You know, you don't need to listen to everything I say unless you really want to. But yeah, the background here I'm happy with. I did use a little bit of alcohol marker because I rarely use them, but I was using the new Spectrum Noir tri-blend pens, I think, or the tricolour pens, I think they're called. And then I use lots of different gel pens, fine liners. I really enjoy using my fine liners, and I am hoping to do a video where I just share how I use my fine liners. I don't use them in lots of different ways. I use them in about 3 or 4 different ways, and I thought that would be something that people might be interested in. So yeah, it's lots of gel pens and really colourful. I think I used some metallic markers on this submersible as well, but very pleased with how that came out. And yeah, you can use lots of different things on Amazon printed paper. The paper, I mean, you can't use loads of watercolour, like actual watercolour, because the paper will just peel, but you can still use quite a lot of mediums. So yeah, anyway, that's that. I need to talk less. Right, next one, Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. So the one I did in here was one which I was quite nervous about doing, because there's so many gorgeous pages on Instagram and Pinterest, and I was just like, what if I don't like the one I've done? But anyway, this is what I did, and yeah, I think I've done quite a good job. I think it's 8.5 out of 10. I think so. Yeah, I think that can be a pass for myself. 8.5 out of 10. I think The thing that lets it down in my view is this halo thing doesn't work quite well. I don't think that could be definitely improved. I wanted to give it like a spider web. I know someone who's scared of spiders and, you know, runs away from them is doing a spider web there, but I just wanted that effect. I think it looks really, I don't know, I just think it looks nice. So I used a spiderweb stencil for that bit and then went over it using some paint, some metallic paint. I've used all sorts on this page, all sorts, metallic markers, metallic paints, acrylic markers, acrylic markers and acrylic pens are pretty much the same. There's another stencil here that I used. I used some sort of deco art gloss glaze type thing here over the window, just to give it sort of a glassy look, and then put in these little, I don't know, asteroid stars and whatnot in there, and basically stuff like that. And I think I used Inktense for the background, Inktense pencils. This picture absolutely took me such a long time, but it was definitely worth it. I really enjoyed doing this page. I'm quite pleased with it. I think I do like how I've done certain bits. The window in particular is probably my favourite, and the border is probably my favourite, and the background actually. Those are my favourite bits. I think the planet could be better. But yeah, that's it. So that's that one. I'll just bring you a bit in there. Well, bring the book closer, should I say. It's just a bit easier to. But yeah, I think I'm not disappointed with myself, so that's a win. So that's that one, Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. And then another very, very detailed page. So this is Vertical Worlds colouring book by Abby Dacre, and the one I did in here was this one, which has the vertical greenhouse. I coloured in most of the books I said that were in my colouring bag, so I'm quite pleased that I kept to it. So there is some glossy accents on this water here, just because I wanted it to look quite shiny. So yeah, and then quite a lot of this is gel pen, fine liner, pencil. The background mainly here is pencil. There's lots of fine liner. Of course, these sort of books with loads of details is just suited so well to fine liners. And yeah, Posca, gel pen, a little bit of metallic paint, I think. Have I used metallic paint? I'm not sure I have actually. I can't really see. I think it's just gel pen actually. I haven't used metallic paint on here. But yeah, it's nice. I do like it. I don't like it as much as I would have. I mean, I think it's about 7 out of 10, but yeah. Why am I grading my own pictures? I haven't made a video for absolutely ages, so now I'm sort of just coming back to it. So yeah, nice book this. This is a really nice book. If you like detailed pictures, you'll like Vertical Worlds colouring book. So next is a buddy colour with the lovely Megan from Megan's Colouring. And let me get it right because I'm just terrible at this. So bear with me because it's like I forget everything. Where are we? Yep, Disney Meg's Colouring, that's it. I have these moments where my mind goes blank, so do excuse that. But yeah, Disney Meg Colours, and yeah, Megan and I did a page in this, my favourite book, Townscapes. Yeah, this is now my favourite book. So the one that we did, in fact, let me show you Megan's picture first. So I'll just insert that here. So I love Megan's picture. It's absolutely gorgeous. She is my very regular buddy colourist, and yeah, just really enjoy doing the buddies. So hope that continues. So the page we did was this last one, as you've seen already, because you've seen Megan's picture. And this is my version of it. So I'm going to bring you a little bit in there so you can see it a little bit closer. So I'm really pleased with how I did these bricks here. And I used a few different combinations. I think I used polys, yeah, polychromos, because they are one of my favourite pencils. I might have used some Derwent Lightfast as well. But yeah, I was thinking of doing a video on how I did these bricks. So if you're interested if you want to know how I did these bricks and the colour combinations for them, then do let me know please in the comments. And then I think the background, yeah, was alcohol marker, but then there's some watercolour. I think I used watercolour pencils to add some shading, and then inactivated it with water. I did this bit with some gel pens, bright gel pens, because I wanted them to be really bright pinks, and I chose 3 different pinks. There's a little bit of Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid on there. There's also glossy accents actually. Glossy accents on these domed window things, or yeah, just domed glass there. The rest is just pencil. This is Posca at the bottom here, Posca here at the top. I wanted to give quite a lot of contrast because there's some bright colours here, and I think the black definitely helps to give a good amount of contrast to, you know, the other things. I like my clouds as well. I wanted to make them multicoloured because this is just such an amazing picture. But yeah, this definitely one of my favourite books, if not the favourite book. That's why I bought a second copy. But yeah, that's that one. So that, Calling It Townscapes from Amazon Japan. And then I did a page in Rita Berman's Asian colouring book. I usually like to do one Rita Berman at least during the month of colouring. So where is it? What did I do? Oh yes, I did this one. So I really enjoyed colouring this one. I can't remember. Well, actually, let's guess. I think it was Neocolour in the background here. I think it was Neocolour, but I had to go over it quite a few times. And you know, when it's patchy. So for example, when I put the crayon down, I hope you don't mind me explaining, but when I put the crayon down, because it might be useful to some people, when I put the crayon down and then you use your water brush and you activate it, you dissolve the pigment, sometimes it looks a bit patchy. So then what I do is I use my, just get it here, I use my palette board, and then I just put some on the palette, and then I pick it up with the brush and I go over it, and that just gets rid of the patchiness, and it just gives it a more even and uniform look. So I think that that's a really good thing if you want to, well, most of us want to get rid of patchy look. We don't want a patchy look, so that's what I would do. And then I did use some Holbein pastel pencils on this moon, and then over it I put some Renaissance Colours Countdown to Christmas iridescent colours on top. There is some gel pen on here. Well, there's quite a lot of gel pen on here. There's some metallic paints, but yeah, I really like it. I just love her work. She's just one of my favourite artists, definitely, without a doubt. But yeah, happy with that page. So that's that. That's Rita Berman's, and that's the Asian colouring book. And then next one, I did 2 in a Million Little Monsters, because this is just such a cute book. It's the latest book by Lulu Mayo, and the first one, you saw the second one as well there, but I'll show you that. Show you this one. I did this one first, so move you out a slight smidge. There we go. So this is a background using deco art of some sort. can't remember its name, but basically it's where you put a black coat, like a black acrylic coat, and then on top you put this like a sort of iridescent medium on top, which actually goes with it, and it's got this beautiful sort of shimmer, so it's not too in your face, but it's gives it a nice look. And then the picture itself, I use quite a lot of my Colour 300 pencils on here, and I have to say they work really nicely. They do work really nicely. The bus is all Colour 300 pencils. This top bit here I think is Colour pencils, you know, the building bit, and then I think I use different coloured pencils for the rest, you know, for the little monsters and ghosts and things, because I like to use a variety of pencils when I'm colouring. And then the rest is just Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze Black, silver, some sort of chrome silver paint, metallic paint, and yeah, that's it. But yeah, that was one of them. That was the first one actually that I did. And then I did this one later in the month. So this is one of the other ones that I did. I do quite like this. I really like the background. I like the sparkly factor of it. Metallic paint on this little green monster. And I just think the spiders, I mean, they're so cute. Look how, I mean, these are the only spiders that I'm ever going to call cute, because I mean, how could you not fall in love with these spiders? They're so cute. Yeah, it says, coming from someone who's actually very scared of spiders, but anyway, those are fine at a distance or in a colouring book. And then these ghosts, I think I used some pastel tone pencils, and then on top again I added iridescent paint. I think these clouds are just some Jelly Roll Sakura glaze pens, some white Posca for highlights and things, and then yeah, that's it. But yeah, such a fun book. I will hopefully get back to this book in September, because I've got some other books that I picked out for August. And then next, nearly there guys, nearly there, Deep Blue Mythographic by Fabiana Atanasio. So the one I did in here is, I think it's my first page actually in this one, is this one. It's the rays, I think they're called rays. But yeah, I actually can't remember how I did this background because it's a while ago, but I think, gosh, I can't remember honestly. One of these days I'm actually going to start writing things down, but when I'm colouring I just want to colour. I don't want to be distracted by writing things down, but anyway, I think it is useful to write stuff down. Whatever it is, it's, yeah, I think it might be Inktense actually. Yes, I think it's Inktense, because look how intense the colours are. So the background is probably Inktense, and then there's some loads of metallic paint on there, and on the planet it's just shimmering and shining all over the place. I quite like doing pages, well, as you know if you follow my channel, I do like shine and shimmer and sparkly and all of that stuff, but then I also nowadays like to do pictures which are quite not like that, which you will see in my next couple of pages. So yeah, that's that one. So yeah, definitely pleased with that one, definitely pleased with how it came out, and hopefully I will get back to Mythographic again in September, because I'm not planning to do the Mythographic page in August. So another one of my favourite books is this cute bunny book, which I have coloured. What did I do? It was here. So this partly was completed on holiday, and it's this page, and this is basically the cover page. So I'm just going to bring you in a little bit like that so you can see it better. So this is the cover page. So it was nice to have a little bit of inspiration by looking at the cover page, but I did go with some different colours. As you can see, the actual background page in the book I've done differently. So that's, yeah, I mean this page took me a long time. I used mainly Polychromos, Derwent Lightfast, small amount of Prismacolor, but my Prismas, I mean, I do really love my Prismas, but I don't like them that much on this paper. They're very great, they're great pencils, and I do love them, but on this paper I prefer using the more oily type pencils. So I have to say the Lightfast I like using, and the Polys I really like using on here. And of course Luminance as well. The Luminance, although they're waxy, they work really nicely. So those are the ones I prefer on this paper. And then, yeah, you can see that there is no metallic paint. There's a bit of gel pen around the silver, my favourite, Uniball silver gel pen. The metallic gel pens, if you want some good metallic gel pens, the Uniball brand is really good, I think. And then, yeah, so you've just got a bit of silver around the clouds, around the crystals, white gel pen, that's it really. There's nothing, oh yeah, here, sorry, Uniball sparkling silver for these two butterflies. That's it really, nothing else. It's just, the background here is Inktense. I have to also say that the Inktense work really well on this paper, really well. I quite like it. I mean, this is only one coat of Inktense as well, so I think that's quite good. But yeah, I quite like pages like this as well, which are quite, for me, they're not bright sparkling in your face type pages. It's nice to just do something a little bit different and just work on your pencil work and try to make that as good as I possibly can. So anyway, this is one of my favourites this month, but my absolute favourite is the one that I've left for the end. So that's that one. And I will be colouring, hopefully. In fact, I know I will be colouring in this book in August. So, last but not least, I've got to say these books, these Japanese books, especially this family of books, I think there's 4 or 5 of them now. They're just my favourite books. The paper in it is gorgeous to work on in terms of pencils. Just love this paper. So, the one that's my absolute favourite for this month is this. It's just such a gorgeous scene. Even without being coloured, it's just a gorgeous picture. Just a gorgeous picture. And then I am quite happy with how I've coloured this page. I like the way I've done the grass. Well, I like the way I've done everything. If I do say so myself, I'm quite pleased with it. I would never think that I could colour like this good. You may disagree, but I'm quite happy with this because, yeah. Now, there is fine liner on here, and fine line is one of the magic tricks at the end of a picture, well, near the end of a picture, to add definition, and it really does lift your picture. I've got to say, but yeah, this is definitely my favourite. Second, followed by the one that I showed previously, you know, the bunny one. But yeah, there's the only sparkle I've got in here. There's some sparkle on the water. Now that is the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen. So it's very, very subtle. It's very, very, very subtle. You can barely see it. So there's some sparkle on the water, but it's really subtle. And then around the clouds, I just love putting a silver lining on the clouds. And I think this is the Uniball sparkling silver that I've put rather than just the metallic one. But yeah, again, Polly's, Lightfast, Luminance, favourite threesome pencil sets that I like to use on the Japanese books, these books anyway. But yeah, that's definitely my favourite. Do let me know what your favourite is. I would really like to know what you like the best. So that's it. That's all my completed pages for the month of July. I'm really pleased with all that I achieved. I'm hoping to colour quite a few double pages during the month of August, as it is the summer month and I'm off work. hurry. So yeah, we are going away, so I take my colouring with me, so hopefully I will get a fair amount of pages coloured. So I hope you really enjoyed watching. Until next time, guys, take care, happy colouring, bye.